She said the best part was that her students who usually felt behind stopped opting out of doing their maths, and it was because the games made them feel safe to try, safe to get it wrong, and excited to have another go. I loved that story from Mrs. T. It brought tears to my eyes when it came through into our inbox, and I think loads of teachers are experiencing that. Sometimes it's just about switching up how we do things to engage the learners in our classroom, because we know that learners are so different, especially in these last couple of years, than what they've been many years ago if you've been teaching for a long time.
Rainbow Sky Creations acknowledges the traditional owners of the land we have recorded this podcast on, the Dharawal and Whadjuk Noongar people. We pay our respects to their elders past and present and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander cultures.
Hello, teachers. Welcome back to Rainbow Skies for Teachers. Today's episode is going to be a fun one. You're going to get a little bit of a sneak peek behind the scenes. You're going to get to know a little bit about some teacher treats we have coming your way. And there's a whole lot of excitement in this coming week that I'm going to share with you. But before we do that, you may notice that it's just me on the podcast today, Ash. Alisha is busy working away on some of the behind-the-scenes bits and pieces with our website. So she is off doing that. So you're stuck with me today. But don't worry, I'm going to be sharing so much goodness. This episode will be well worth it. And it'll start to become clear as to why Alisha is busy working on the website instead of being on the potty as we go through the podcast. Okay, so before we get into the nitty-gritty and all of these wonderful things I have to share, let me start with a little story. A few years ago was the end of a really long school day, and I remember standing at my teacher desk watching my students pack up at a snail's pace, mind you. There's always a couple that go with the flow and get in and get packed up really quickly, and then there are a few that just drag their feet. You know what it's like. Everyone's tired, everyone's brains are fried, and then funnily, the smallest thing like missing a glue lid becomes the most urgent mission in the universe. But then something happened. One student, that in brackets wasn't doing the right thing, found a single card on the floor, and we had been using them that morning for maths. And annoyingly, at the time yelled, "Treasure hunt, I found a card, let's find the rest." In 30 seconds, I'm not kidding you, the entire class was energized and they were motivated because they all had this shared mission to go and find the cards. And I think a little bit was because they loved these activities so much. But that moment really stuck with me because sometimes the fun is the hook that brings the learning or the spark for the learning back. And that's exactly the vibe behind what we're launching this week. The kids in the classroom were searching for cards, but we have got some sort of treasure hunt, scavenger hunt planned for you. So our new website is finally here. We've been working behind the scenes on this website for actually years now. We had a bit of a disaster. We had a website disaster. Where someone let us down. Anyway, we got the website and it looked nice, but it wasn't functional. And we tried to work with it for a while and it just wasn't working the way that we wanted it. And we changed it up and we updated it. And then we decided to switch things up. And you probably don't want to know the whole tech story because it's a little bit boring. I mean, it was a little bit boring for us and we were in the middle of it. But finally, we got a website that we're happy with. And then we did a little bit of new branding. So then we had to update the website with our new branding and our new look. So the brand new Rainbow Sky Creations functional website is officially live and we are so excited that we get to share it with you. It's been a project, as I said, full of late nights, loads of cups of tea and coffee, moments like, oh, that looks so good, and then moments of like, oh my gosh, that doesn't work. But now we've got it set up the way that we want it. It's so easy to navigate. It's so beautifully organized and it's stocked full of help and resources for busy teachers because that's what we want to do here at Rainbow Sky Creations. We know that teachers are busy and we want our website to work really functionally for you. So we have to celebrate this launch. It's been years in the making and we're combining it with a week-long party that leads up to Black Friday. Okay, so to kick it off, starting today, Monday, we are running a scavenger hunt. Now, the scavenger hunt, you may have done something like this with us before, but this is how it works. The best way is to sign up for the scavenger hunt, and I will put the link to that in the show notes. But If you don't, you can just follow these instructions and go to our homepage and start from there. But you're going to have to listen to the instructions really carefully if you don't sign up, because we're not going to send you an email to remind you of what to do. Okay, so sign up or go to the homepage of our website, www.rainbowskycreations.com. Now, on our brand new website, starting on the homepage, we're going to give you a little playlist of different pages to visit. So this is like the scavenger hunt. On each page, you're going to find a hidden letter, and just a little sneak tip here. If you look for rainbow emojis, the letter will be in the middle of the rainbow emojis. You need to collect all the letters. So on the first page, find the hidden letter. Write it down. Click on that letter and it will take you to the next page where the next letter is hidden. Click that letter. It'll take you to the next page. Now you need to write these letters down. There are 6 letters to collect. I just had to spell out the word in my head. There's 6 letters to collect. Now, once you collect all of the letters, if you do it in order, and you'll be able to do it in order if you click on the letters each time, it is going to unlock a secret code word. Now, when you go to our shop, the final letter, which is the 6th one, when you go to our shop, you'll be able to use that word as a code word to unlock a $10 gift voucher to spend on anything in our website that you like. Okay, so if you go to our shop, use that code word, it's 6 letters, you'll be able to use it, spend $10 on whatever you like. But it gets even better than that. If you're one of the first 20 teachers, so I don't know where we will be up to when this episode gets released and you're listening to it, but if you're one of the very first 20 teachers to redeem that $10 voucher, we are giving away a Christmas mega bundle valued at $25 completely for free. Basically, that mega bundle, that Christmas mega bundle, is awesome. It's got everything that you could want to celebrate Christmas and the holidays in the festive season in your classroom. It's got loads of activities. It's got rigorous activities so that your students will be still learning with them. Everything that we've created Christmas is in this one pack that you will get if you're one of the first 20 teachers to redeem that voucher. So let's recap that. Start at the homepage or just click the link in the show notes to sign up and we'll send all of this information to your inbox. Start with the homepage. Find the hidden letter. Remember, it's going to be in between 2 rainbow emojis. Write the letter down, click on it. Go to the next page. Find the next letter, click on it. Now, you're going to do that 6 times until you get to the final letter, which will make up the code word for the $10 voucher that you can use in our store. So if you're one of the first 20 teachers to redeem the voucher using the code word, you will receive that Christmas mega bundle valued at $25 completely for free. We will email that to you. Now, what can you spend your $10 on, you might be asking? Well, I thought that I would collate some of the teacher favorites this year that we've had in our store that teachers really love, because as a teacher, I want the things that work best. I want what other teachers love. And this is teachers all around the world that have been using our store and finding these resources and sending us feedback about what they love, how they've used these resources, and so on. So teachers are savvy shoppers, I know that. Let's chat about what you might want to spend your $10 on once you crack our secret scavenger hunt code. The first activity that teachers absolutely rave about, and I think this is going to be no surprise to you, are our maths games. I mentioned them at the beginning of this episode. They're always at the top of the list because they're quick, they're flexible, they're differentiated, and they can be used in maths groups, for fast finishes, for whole class warm-ups. They can be used for so many things, and I think that's why teachers love them. They are really, really versatile. One teacher this year, named Eliza, said that her students loved these interactive maths games. They were learning without even realizing it. And this is something that we constantly hear about these games. Students stay engaged, teachers feel relieved because maths is suddenly fun for the students. And that's what we want. We want high buy-in and high engagement for our students. So it goes without saying, if you don't own the card games, that is probably where you should focus your $10 voucher on. Now, other things that teachers have loved over the last 12 months, one of them has been our Flip It games. So these are a go-to game for practicing fluency, especially with times tables. The multiplication ones are super duper popular, but we've also got versions for addition and subtraction as well. Now, behind the scenes, we may have a version coming up for fractions. So not anytime really soon, but hopefully in the new year, the fraction version will come out too. So if your students are loving these Flip It games, you've got something else to look forward to. They're really easy to prep. You don't need many resources. You need a pack of cards, you need the game board, and you need some counters. That's it. That's why teachers love them, because they're really, really easy to prep. Kids can play on their own or they can play with a partner. We heard from a teacher recently. Her name was Rachel, and she said, this is just such a great and simple idea. It's so fun and engaging. The kids don't even realize how much that they're learning. So we love that this resource works with teachers, works with busy teachers, not against them, and kids love it. They want to play. And that's the sort of activities that you want to have in your teacher toolkit. Okay, next up is word of the day. If you're looking for something that builds vocabulary without a huge requirement of planning time, word of the day is going to be your best friend. Now, we often share about number of the day, which is one of our absolute favorites. Word of the day is quite similar, but with words and not numbers. Kids develop confidence when writing, and teachers often use it as a warm-up or even a literacy rotation, and it's also really good if you are breaking up a spelling list or something like that. We actually heard from one teacher who said that when they were using word of the day, her kids said they felt like authors, which I honestly think that is so cute. Okay, the last one I want to tell you about is our multiplication fluency game. So this is a mixture of dice and card games, and they're really fast-paced. They are low prep, which you'll get to know that's what we love here at Rainbow Sky, and they're high repetition but without the boredom. They're really great for warm-ups or for maths rotations, or even to use when kids have finished early. One of my own children loves these games. He has been working really hard on practicing his fluency in his times tables this year, and he always goes to these ones first when he wants to practice. A Year 4 teacher said that she was using these with her class, and it transformed some of those kids that were reluctant learners from dragging their feet to begging to play again. So that's the vibe that we want in our classrooms, and that is the vibe that these multiplication fluency games give. So I'm going to link those resources in the show notes. So if you just want a quick click and you can see what I'm talking about, those will be there ready to go. All right. I want to share a quick story that sums up why we get so excited about creating resources for you, because we do. I absolutely love my job, and I can speak for Alisha too. She absolutely loves it. Creating resources lights us both up. A teacher, let's call her Mrs. T, emailed us earlier this year. She said that her class had a huge spread of ability levels, especially in maths, and no matter what she tried, someone was bored, someone else was overwhelmed, and she felt like she was constantly spinning all the plates. I'm sure you can totally relate to this. I know I definitely can from my days in the classroom. So what she decided to do, and why she was emailing us, is that she introduced the games and the Flip It multiplication fluency games. And she said suddenly her students were choosing tasks, supporting each other, and these are her words, actually enjoying maths for the first time all year. She said the best part was that her students who usually felt behind stopped opting out of doing their maths, and it was because the games made them feel safe to try, safe to get it wrong, and excited to have another go. I loved that story from Mrs. T. It brought tears to my eyes when it came through into our inbox, and I think loads of teachers are experiencing that. Sometimes it's just about switching up how we do things to engage the learners in our classroom, because we know that learners are so different, especially in these last couple of years, than what they've been many years ago if you've been teaching for a long time. So that's why we do what we do. And that's why we want this website launch and the scavenger hunt to feel fun, because sometimes fun is what opens the door to growth. Okay, let's switch gears just slightly. Once you've cracked the scavenger hunt code for our new website and grabbed your voucher, it's time to stay close. Now, there's so much happening around this time of year with Black Friday. You've probably got emails and promotions on your social medias coming out of your ears, but this is one that you want to listen to because it's something that we've never, ever done before. We've never had a Black Friday sale, and this is the very first one, so we decided to make it big. Next, at the end of the week, starting on the true Black Friday, we are releasing a never-before discount in our store. Now, if you get the voucher from the scavenger hunt and then you want to save this voucher to use during this Black Friday sale, you can absolutely do that, okay? Because you're listening to this podcast, you already know that our podcast listeners get the inside scoop first. So let me just share a little summary of what's happening. We are running a Black Friday sale where we're going to be releasing new deals each day. On Friday, we're going to have 40% off our entire store on our website. So that's www.rainbowskycreations.com. rainbowsky.com and you can click on the shop button and there you'll get 40% off our entire store. On Saturday, the same. Now on Sunday, all of the maths resources go away. We're still going to have 40% off, but only on the other resources, not maths. And then on Monday, we have got a really special deal for all of our mini courses that we're going to package up into one go. So this is really exciting. We've never done a discount this big and this steep, but we wanted to celebrate you as teachers. We wanted to thank you for coming along with our journey. We wanted to celebrate our website and we just wanted to have fun with it. And what's more fun than getting some awesome things for your classroom at a really great price? So your mission this week is so simple. Firstly, explore our new website, find the hidden letters, crack the code, and grab your $10 voucher. Now, if you're quick in using that $10 voucher, you may be one of the first to score the Christmas Mega Bundle for free. Remember, it's for the first 20 users of that voucher. Or you may want to save it and kick off Black Friday with your $10 voucher. It's completely up to you. That voucher doesn't last forever though, so spend it this weekend so you don't lose it. I cannot wait to kick off this fun, exciting week with you. Teachers deserve a bit of sparkle and a bit of delight, and I feel like with this Black Friday scavenger hunt week, we are definitely bringing it. I hope that you are just as excited too. Everything that I've spoken about, I have popped in the show notes so you can easily click on those links. The scavenger hunt has started, you guys. So I hope that you're going to wrap up this podcast and quickly jump on your phone and start looking for those hidden letters starting on our homepage. Thank you so much for being here. Happy scavenger hunting. And we couldn't wrap up without saying there are rainbows ahead, my friend. And together we're unstoppable. Bye.
Thanks for choosing to listen to Rainbow Skies for Teachers, the go-to show dedicated to teachers who want to make a big difference in education.
If you enjoyed the episode, please leave us a 5-star review or share the episode with a friend. Because together we're
Unstoppable.